have to get it out of the way. This is a huge treat for me. I would not be doing comedy in this world if it wasn't for you and the folks at Monty Python. So thank you. There was a 15-year period before I actually got legitimate employment in comedy, and during those 15 years, I would have cursed you if I saw you on the streets. But once I found a little bit of employment in comedy, now you've become a hero yet once again. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well, that's very kind of you. I'll take all the praise for that. Thank you.
You get it all.
Thank you. Yeah.
This book is fascinating. You said you kept a diary while you were working on Spamalot on Broadway, and then you found it years later as you were cleaning out the house?
I found it 2 years ago, where we were moving, and my wife and I were moving out of our big house to a smaller house. We call it Downsize Abbey. It's something that happens as you get older, you'll find out. And you find all this shit you've accumulated for over 24 years.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I found that this diary that I'd kept during the time we were rehearsing and making Spamalot here in New York. And it was an eye-opener, actually. I rather enjoyed it. Because, you know, it told about how we quarrelled and fought, and there were lots of arguments and things, which I find fascinating. And I kept it in the book because I think it's important that you can argue with people and disagree and fight, and it's okay because you know you're making something creative.
Yeah, yeah. So wait, is that an argument for hoarding or an argument for cleaning?
Well, I mean, I went to boarding school, but my wife went to hoarding school. And, I am as bad as her. I have 27 guitars. I mean, I've only got 2 hands. You know? So, I mean, you just keep stuff. You just don't throw it away is all you do. And then at the end, you've got to try and decide what to do.
Now, it's interesting you talk about, like, the creative process is about bringing different ideas, finding the best idea, the one that wins. Part of what I loved about reading this is the director, Mike Nichols, acclaimed director, legend Mike Nichols. You're working with Mike Nichols here, who you mentioned he was looking for meaning in everything. And it felt as if, correct me if I'm wrong, so much of Python and some of the creation that you're working often came out of silliness, and he was trying to impose meaning on top of certain things. Did you
I don't think he meant meaning. I think what he always was saying is you've got to believe in it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you really must believe in it, because if you don't believe in it, why should the audience believe in it? And I said, you're talking about the knights who say knee. And he said, nevertheless, they must believe that they are the knights who say knee, otherwise it's not funny. Yeah. And I think it's true, like something like the Ministry of Silly Walks. Mm-hmm. If you don't take it seriously, it's not funny. Right. It has to be serious ministry that's giving out awards for people to walk silly. Yeah. And if there's for any second you let on it's a joke, it's not funny.
Now, as you've gotten acclaim and been writing comedy for half a frickin' century, congratulations. One of the things I respect so much about you is you're still out there. You're still constantly creating. You're hitting the road in a week. Yeah. Has your process shifted in that way? It's got to be harder to continue to write when you have legend status, and the ability to do something is going to be seen by so many other people and dissected in different ways. Have you had to evolve and change with that?
I think we learned. We were in a club called the Footlights Club in Cambridge, and I was 19. And you learn. I mean, what I got used to was writing a new show and doing it in the fall. And I still got into that that feeling and doing it. And I think it's the same always. You're still never sure whether it's funny or until you give it to the audience. Mm-hmm. And they're the ones who tell you whether it's funny or not. And then if you're lucky, you get away with it. So we'll see. I'm going to New Zealand to give it a fair try. Actually, I thought they said New York, but the line was very bad.
Is that right? Yeah, it's very different.
So I'm appearing in front of a lot of sheep.
How are you expecting that? You've been on the road. You've dealt with modern audiences. Famously, your Monty Python compatriot, John Cleese, has been prickly about some modern woke comedy audiences. Have you seen a shift in the way people are responding to your humor?
Not to my particular humour, no. I mean, I opened Sketchfest in January in San Francisco, and I think if you treat the audiences respectfully and you say what's funny, I mean, if you can't be hip and cool and all that at 81, you know, but you can also not be you can't be unthoughtful. Mm-hmm. You must be mindful of what people are thinking, and I think, you know, my job is to make them laugh, and I like to hear them laugh, and it's I think it's a sickness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you desperately need reassurance. It's a terrible weakness, but it makes me happy to do that. I like my job, and I also think my job is cheering people up. Mm-hmm. So I always have to sing, always look on the bright side of life. Yeah. Which is funny because it's become the #1 funeral song in England. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing, but the bad thing is they don't give any royalties.
I'd consider it for my funeral. Either that or Love in the Elevator by Aerosmith. I haven't decided yet. Living it up while you're going down. But it is. There is something about it. I joke about that, but it is true. What is it like having the last word on somebody's life?
Well, I'm not there. You know, I think it's rather good. I think it's very healthy. I think, you know, at these times of a great emotion, I think laughter and tears are very close together. And it's nice to be able to sing. Everybody sings, you know, and I think that's very healthy. I think it's much healthier than some dirgy old hymn. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, or her. Yeah.
I mean, even watching the news today, people are so exhausted by what's happening globally, the climate, there's solar flares, there's an election that's coming up that everyone is...
Are we not wearing solar flares anymore?
No, yeah.
Oh, damn, I missed that. We have a new moon and everything.
We do everything. It keeps turning every month, actually.
Yeah.
It's a dark, depressing time. How do you always look on the bright side of life when you're faced with a 24-hour news cycle?
I don't watch.
Oh, is that
it? My wife watches everything. I don't get a vote, so it doesn't matter what I think anyway. But my wife watches everything. Is very involved, and I like to read a book and play guitar and have a bit of a jam with some friends. You know. So I think it's healthier. I think this endless news cycle drives people crazy. Mm-hmm. It's too much. You can't, you know, it goes on forever. And it seems to be going on for 4 years already.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'll be glad it's over.
Oh, it's never going to be over.
Never going to be over.
Never. But you know what you have to do? Well, you have to always look on the...
Thank you very much.
Okay, yes. It truly is a joy. Thank you for making me laugh and the world laugh for so long, and good luck continuing in New Zealand. Check your flight to make sure you're going to the right spot. Yes. The Spamalot Diaries is available now. Eric Idle.